let you hear more about it from her. Thank you.
Now that I'm choked up. Growing up, I always knew I wanted to be pure, and I looked forward to giving my future husband my ring on my wedding day along with the gift of myself. It was a perfect dream that I had and a glorious moment. And then I met him, fell in love, and things got more difficult than I had dreamed. I specifically remember one night I had gone to Eric's condo, don't do that, to hang out for a bit and left raging mad at myself and him and feeling totally weak when it came to staying pure. I remember how one kiss, I did kiss him, had started the engine of a huge freight train that once was warmed up was headed full steam down that track. Fortunately, we managed to find the little bit of brain left in us, and I got out of there in a hurry. That night, we decided that in order to follow through with this promise of purity we had made to ourselves, our friends, our family, and God, that we would need some major help. As a girl, we had read all the books and discussed how we would go about this, but we had never discussed how to date when living a state away. So here I was, living in Arizona with no family around. How were we supposed to approach this now? Well, we were determined and we set up a plan. Eric got on the phone and called Jeff, the family counselor at our church. Eric shared with him our need to have accountability, and so they set up a weekly time to meet with Jeff and his wife, Mary. At our first meeting with them, we wrote out the boundaries that we wanted to have in our relationship to keep us pure. We read them to Jeff and Mary and asked them to each week look us in the eyes and ask us if we had kept our commitment. During the week, Eric and I knew that on Wednesdays, we would be sitting in front of Jeff and Mary and would have to be honest about our actions. That helped keep things cooler between us for sure. Also, we entered into premarital counseling with them, which we feel was the best thing we could have ever done with our relationship. Another action on our plan was to set up a place where we could hang out. It's not realistic to say we will hang out in only public areas. Public areas are noisy and not always comfortable. Sometimes you're tired and you just want to watch a good movie while chilling on the couch, but we knew that Eric's condo was off limits. Around that time, I had just moved in with a couple from our church. I was tired of dorm life and wanted to live in a home. They had heard me say this and offered up their place. At that time, their daughter was off at a different college, and they had a room where I could live. The new living arrangement was going very well, so Eric and I approached them, their names are Ron and Annette, and asked them if we could date at their house. We shared with them our desire to stay pure until marriage, and that in order to do that, we realized we needed to have a safe place to hang out where we wouldn't be tempted to get that freight train's engine going again. They were so excited to be able to be a part of this, and were more than willing to do that for us. And because of all the time we spent together at their house, we all decided to adopt each other as family, and even still, we have a great relationship with the Turners. The last step that we took in setting up our little purity cocoon around us was we talked to our best friends. Eric had his best friends that he could call and confide in, and I had mine. We asked these people if they would keep us accountable in our purity. The next 9 months were the longest 9 months ever. In retrospect, if we were able to go back and do our engagement again, we would shorten it to no more than 4 months. You need to remember that when you're at that time in your life. If you know that you have met the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, don't drag it out. Just get married. It put a lot of pressure on us. And I remember my sister Becky saying the same thing when she was engaged. She said, I just can't wait until we're married. The physical feelings between us get so strong when we hang out together that it can be pretty stressful because we're so on guard against those feelings. I could totally relate with her, remembering so well those feelings that are completely overwhelming. I'm happy to say that those 9 months did come to an end on October 21st, 2005. And in that sanctuary over there, I was able to stand in my beautiful wedding gown and give my handsome new husband my purity ring and tell him with joy that I had kept myself all for him. Was it worth it? Oh yeah. On behalf of all of us, I'd like to say thank you for allowing us to share our story, or rather all of our stories. We hope that it has been an encouragement to those who are on track and a kick in the butt to those who maybe are not. When the time comes that you meet that special someone, quickly build a cocoon of support around you to help you keep you on track to being pure on your wedding day. Thank you.